Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever it is, wherever you are. Thank you for being here. I'm Damieon Gentry. I'll be your host tonight on the official Baddies Africa After Show, only on the Damieon After Dark channel. So if you're new here or you have never subscribed to us before, I promise you're missing out. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and like this video to help me get into the YouTube algorithm and just to help support your boy. It's free, okay? Free to do. Thank you so much. Get in the comment section throughout this video and leave me your thoughts and opinions on episode 2 of Baddies Africa. And last but not least, if you would like to donate to the Damieon After Dark channel to help us grow and sustain, in the description box below will be some ways that you can donate using PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, and Zelle. Thank you so much for your support, your love, your donations, your kindness, your words. I appreciate everything that you guys do for me, and it never, ever goes unnoticed, okay? Thank you, baby. Now, let's get into episode 2, because we got some things to talk about, okay? We got some things that we got to talk about, baby. Now, let's just start with it. We know last week's episode ended with Natalie versus Mack. Mack has got issues with Natalie. She's also got issues with Stunna Girl. And Natalie and Stunna Girl met up to fight Anna, right? Make sure this is not so crooked. There we go. So, Natalie versus Anna is the beginning scene of episode 2. And it's just so ironic and funny to me how much cash money shit Mack talks when she's behind those security guards. Because here's the thing, sister. In real life, there is no security guards. In real life, there is no Zeus Network production. In real life, there is no CEO boss that you can allegedly sleep with to keep yourself protected from everyone else, right? And that's what I feel like Anna's doing. Hide behind security, talk a bunch of mess because you know nothing's going to really happen to you. Because we know, if you watch this episode, one of the things that really pissed me off was every time these girls get ready to fight, they get up to one another. Security always breaks it up. Let these girls get in the moment. Give them a good 60 seconds, then break them up. Now, that's what I do like about Now That's TV versus Zeus, is Now That's TV will let these people fight, and then when it gets too rough, then they'll break them up, right? I wish we would do more with that with Zeus. Now, Anna does this thing, like when she's losing or she can't connect her punches, she does this thing where, like, once security breaks them up, she goes, "Yeah, I told you, bitch. What's up? I told you. I effed you up, girl. I effed you up." I'm just like, girl, please. She even said, quote, "You just got beat up by a 23-year-old. Beat up? Are we watching the same show?" Now, granted, Stunna Girl didn't whoop Anna's A either, right? Stunna Girl didn't whoop Anna. But Anna, you didn't whoop Stunna either. So where in that demented, delusional brain that's probably sitting in a bowl of crack water in your head, where do you get that you won that fight between you and Stunna Girl? Where? And I'd love for somebody to get in them comments down there below and point out to me how Mack won that fight against Stunna Girl. Somebody please break it down to me. I would love to hear. Now, I will give Anna her credit and say this. That I think she looks very pretty in her confessional. With her hair and whatnot. I think she looks really pretty. I'm not going to take that from her. Now, I've said that before, and some bird brain bozo came in the comments saying, I only say that she's pretty because she's light skinned. And I'm like, let's not do that. Let's not do that, because I would really hate to read you your rights today in the comment section. But let's not do that. I have talked about the beauty of a lot of these women, whether they're light skinned, whether they're dark skinned, whether they're white, whether they're black. Okay, so let's not play that. Now, Anna, while arguing with Natalie, calls her a prostitute. Calls Natalie a prostitute. Now listen, Anna may be right, but that's hypocrisy to me. That's the pot calling the kettle black, okay? How are you going to call another girl a prostitute when you prostituted yourself out to be on this show, allegedly? Let's talk about it. How are you going to call another girl a prostitute? Did you not allegedly sleep with Lemuel Plummer, the CEO of the Zeus Network, because you desperately wanted to be a television star? Did you not sit back as a fan of Baddies ATL, watch Baddies ATL, want to be a star, want to be on that show? So you decided to follow the Baddies South bus around when Baddies South started airing. You followed them around like a fangirl and a groupie. You went to every single club that the Baddies South girls were at, trying to make your presence known. In the background, go back and look at the Baddies South footage. You'll see Anna Wack in the background trying to make her presence known. And then when she caught the attention of the Zeus Network CEO, what did you do? You allegedly lied on your back and spread your skinny little bone-thin legs and took Lemuel Plummer's tainted penis, alleged tainted penis, to get your spot on the show. Now, you didn't get your spot on Baddies West, did you? You had to go a little further, and you finally got your way when you got on Baddies East. So who's the real prostitute? You just prostituted yourself out for a spot on a show. It's really no difference. Money, a TV show, some money. It's the irony for me. It's the hypocrisy for me. I can't get down with it. Now, Stunna Girl is waiting. As Natalie and Anna are arguing, Stunna Girl is waiting on the sidelines for her turn, right? She's ready for Anna, and we see these two get into a fight. We see them start fighting. Anna versus Stunna. Who do you think won that? Because, I really don't give it to anyone. None of their licks were connecting. Security was in the way the whole time. It was a bunch of pulling hair and kicking and all this and that. And I just want them to fight. Let them fight. I was waiting for this fight. I was waiting to see Stunna Girl fight Anna, and I was let down. I was disappointed. I wish there was no security involved. And I feel like Zeus, y'all should have got more of your money's worth. Y'all paid Stunna Girl a lot of money, which we're going to get into that as well. Stunna Girl alleging that y'all paid her in cash to be there. Can we run that screenshot? Let's pull that screenshot up. Let's pull that screenshot up. Just a second. So let's look at this screenshot right here. Y'all see this? Stunna Girl posted this to her Instagram story and said, "The cash was given to me so they didn't have to document they paid it to me on paper. Even Nat said herself, I was paid over $100K, but I got those recordings too. I don't know why these people be lying." Now, we know Stunna Girl keeps the receipts. I don't know if she got paid $100,000 in cash, but it would not surprise me with the Zeus Network. We've talked about how unprofessional the Zeus Network is. We talked about how they moved. It would not surprise me if they gave this girl $100K in cash. Now, let's look at the Zeus Network responded. They responded. And they said, "For anyone inquiring, the Zeus Network does not pay any cast member, former or present, in cash under any circumstances. Thank you, the Zeus Network." Now, Stunna responded, if you see, she says at the top, "They lie about little shit. Imagine all the shit they really lie about. If my page gets banned, y'all know it's them." They do. They lie about so much. Of course Zeus is going to lie about paying her in cash. They're trying to save face. They want y'all, they want the general public, they want the world to think that they're this professional buttoned up network and we do everything right over here because my name is Lightbulb Lemuel Plummer. No. No. We know y'all do things unsavory over there. We know y'all do things unethical over there. And we know how y'all run your business over there, allegedly. Let's stop playing. Do I believe they paid Stunna Girl $100K in cash? Absolutely, I do. I don't think they want a paper trail. Now, why? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there's something deeper to it. But I don't see why Stunna Girl would just say they paid me in cash. What does she have to benefit from lying by saying they paid her in cash? I want to know. Now, Mack also posted this on her Twitter. Anna Mack said, Stunna didn't beat me up. She never got paid in cash and never got paid $150K to come out. Her head was split open. Where? You're such a liar, Anna Wack. You're such a liar. And you have these delusions of grandeur in your head that you come up with, and then you think the rest of us are going to believe it. Her head was never cracked open. Anna says she never had me on the ground. Oh, and I never got beat up by Zeus' team to go fight her. Does she want to add any more lies? Well, the only lie that I see here is you saying her head was split open. That didn't happen. Do I believe that Stunna Girl was paid 6 figures or more to be there? I absolutely do. We've talked about that time and time again. These celebrity guests, the Amber Roses, the Tommies, the Stunna Girls, they get paid a big chunk like that to show up for an episode or two, make some noise, and go. Because Zeus is going to make that money right back. They're going to make that money right back. It just is what it is. Who do y'all believe? Who do y'all believe here? Do y'all believe Stunna Girl's lying? Do you believe Anna Mack is lying? Do you think they're both lying? Now, we see Anna and Stunna fight, of course. Who do y'all think won that? Let me know what you think in the comments, okay? Now, I talked about this last week. I want to reiterate it again because Anna did it again this week. She keeps saying that Stunna Girl is fat. You fat ass, you fat. And I'm just like, is that all you got? That's all you can say, because you can't say the girl's ugly. All you can say is that she's fat. There is nothing fat about that girl, Anna. There's nothing fat about that girl. Like, are you serious? You act like that you just got a body, a work of art like the Mona Lisa. You act like your body's just curvilicious, pussy so delicious. You act like you just carved to perfection, when all I see is stick. Anna Mack is built like me, bitch. Okay? Built like me. I'm just confused where the body shame is coming from when you acting like you shaped like Beyonce or something. Can we get into it? Or is this too much for y'all? Y'all too sensitive today. Listen. Round 2, Stunna versus Anna. Did y'all see that first punch that Anna Mack threw? Anna threw a great punch at Stunna. But the gag is, we all saw she missed. Womp womp. So, I mean, she went punched and it went right by Stunna's head. How you missed that? How you missed that? Because, see, that punch would have ate if it would have landed. That punch would have ate if it would have landed. Now, I don't know what happened to Stunna Girl's arm during this altercation, but if you notice on her arm right here, there is blood running down her arm. So I'm like, what happened? So I rewound the fight and I watched it quite a few times. I don't think Anna did that. Unless she scratched her or bit her, but I never seen Anna really do anything to Stunna other than kick. And I didn't see Stunna really do anything to Anna. So I'm confused. I don't know if she got cut during the fight. Something happened where there was blood running down Stunna's arm right here. But I can guarantee you, I can bet you all the money in my bank account right now that did not come from Anna Wack. Okay? That girl couldn't bust a grape if she tried. And I'll tell you what we're not finna do. We're not finna get in these comments and try to form a narrative of how Anna Mack did that. Or how Anna Wack beat Stunna up. It didn't happen. Neither of them won. That's my opinion. Now, Anna, let her tell it. She says she felt like she won that fight. You didn't. You didn't. You didn't win, Anna. Neither of you did. And that's okay. Chuck it up to the game and let's move on. Now, she continues. Anna continues. I whooped your ass. You're delusional. You're delusional. And anybody else that thinks that Anna Wack won that, you are just as delusional as she is. I'm sorry. And to be honest, I don't think Stunna Girl even cares because she walked right out the scene when it was over. Like, and you can tell the age difference in these girls. Anna's like 23. Stunna Girl is like, what, in her 30s? Natalie's almost 40. I think Natalie is 40 now. You can tell the age, like the age gap here. Because the 23-year-old is over here hooping and hollering and screaming and doing the most. Natalie and Stunna, they're like, been there, done that, don't give a fuck, ain't worth it. Where's my check? Okay, I showed up. I fought this hoe like y'all wanted me to. Where's my 6-figure paycheck? Now, Natalie says the words that I never thought I would hear. And it was so great to hear. I loved it. I just smiled so big when she said it. Which was, we hear Natalie say in her confessional, Anna, your services are no longer needed. Your services are no longer needed. She also says you will not be filming on Baddies Africa this season. And listen, I've always said how Natalie is not the boss over there. I've always said that Lemuel Plummer calls the shots over there, and Natalie is just the face. But Natalie might have got her way here because we know that Anna Mack is going to be gone by episode 4 or 5. She leaves. They're going to try to spin it. They're going to try to spin it that she voluntarily left. I'm going to go ahead and warn y'all now. They're going to try to spin it that Anna's going to be like, I just can't handle this anymore. This is not my type of environment. I don't want to be around this toxicity and negativity anymore. Anna Mack out. I'm out. When the gag is, Natalie probably gave that ass an ultimatum. Natalie probably told Zeus, either she's out or I'm out. Choose. Can't say I don't blame her. These entitled little tricks be doing too much. Let's send the hooker back to her corner. Send the hooker back to her corner. On a whack. Send her back. Send her packing. She's got to go. And you know what it is, y'all? I just can't stand girls that are all mouth. If Anna had all that mouth on her, but also had the hands of Ivory, also had the hands of Bad Dolly. If Anna had that same mouth, but she could back it up like Ivory and could fight like Bad Dolly, could fight like some of these other girls, I would give her the respect. But she ain't got it. She's just... Now, and like I said earlier, let's be real quick. If it wasn't for security in the real world, Anna and Stunna would have jumped out of Anna and stomped a mud hole in her. If there was no, in real life, take the cameras away, take the show away, and just put Anna, Stunna Girl, and Natalie in a room, they would have dog walked and jumped her. They would have pulled an Anna on Anna because, you know, this is the same girl, Anna Whack, who loves to brag about jumping people. So everyone is starting to arrive in Africa. And we have 2 separate Sprinter vans. And on one Sprinter van, there's some OGs on it mixed with some new girls. The other Sprinter van, there's some OGs on it mixed with some new girls. Now, on one of these Sprinter vans, we've got Bad Dolly and Summer. They are talking to the new girls, right? And the new girls are telling Dolly and Summer that they don't like DTB. Now, apparently, Cold Killer feels like DTB and Tinkerbella stole one of her songs, okay? And Dolly, so we already know that there's going to be some beef between DTB and this new girl, Cold Killer. That's why I feel like she was probably casted. I guess they found out that Cold Killer and DTB have some beef. Okay, so they casted her. Now, while Dolly is talking to these girls, she tries to tell them that she just beat Ivory up the day before. She just beat Ivory's ass when they were in Atlanta. She just beat DTB's ass as well. Talking about last week's episode. And I'm just like, am I in the Twilight Zone? Like, Cap. What do you mean you beat Ivory? Do y'all think that the episodes are not going to air and we're not going to watch it and see for ourselves? Ivory handled you, Dolly. Ivory handled you, and it's okay. Win some, lose some. But for you to try to get on this sprinter van, because you can really tell Dolly is really feeling herself in her sophomore season. Okay, this is Dolly's second season, baby, and you can't tell her shit. She is walking around like her shit don't stink. Okay, and you can tell she's trying to make these new girls feel like she's, I don't know, Big Mama Don, Hulk Hogan. This, listen, Dolly, Ivory beat your ass, and that's okay, because you held it down as well. You held yourself down as well. I'm not gonna lie, Dolly was in there, but Ivory did get the best of you. So for you to get in front of these new girls and lie and stunt like you beat her ass, are you kidding me? Okay. Now Summer ends up getting into a fight with one of the new girls, Cold Killer. Already, they're just meeting, and Summer is already getting into a fight with one of them because she's got these new girls pissed because one of these new girls, Fauna, I believe is her name, Fauna. Summer told her she wasn't addressing her by her name, and she would call her whatever she wanted. And the other girls weren't having it. They're taking up for Fauna, specifically Cold Killer. Cold Killer was like, that's out of line. You need to respect people and call them what they want to be called. And then all of a sudden, Summer lunges at her. And they start fighting on the bus. And then it turns into all-out chaos on this tiny Sprinter van. It seems like every girl on the bus is fighting. And we got the big three, the trio, which is Big Lex, Summer, and Bad Dolly, versus this new trio. Okay, we got this new trio, these new girls. So they're all just like fighting in the Sprinter van, back and forth, jumping over seats, pulling hair, security's in the middle. Now these three new girls are sticking together, right? And one of the new girls even say, oh, we're not a trio, but now we are. So these three new girls that are on the Sprinter van with Dolly and Lex and Summer, they are sticking together, forming a bond. Let's click up and let's be this new trio. Let's be the new big three, right? Now I'm like, let's see how long that one lasts. They get parked. After all this fighting on the bus, they finally get parked and they separate the girls. They make Summer, Bad Dolly, and Big Legs get off the Sprinter van because there was so much craziness going on. Now, did y'all see how Summer had those girls? She scared the fuck out of those girls because when they put Summer, Big Legs, and Dolly outside of the Sprinter van, Summer decides to go behind the Sprinter van and she swings open the back door. And the new girls that are on the Sprinter van, they were like, oh shit. Like, they quickly scurried, bitch. They quickly were like, oh fuck. What shit? It probably would have scared me too. If I'm on the bus, all of a sudden the door swings open and then there's Summer's little crazy house. I probably would have been like, the too. So yeah, I'm so ready for, this is so random, but I'm just watching Scotty and I'm like, I'll be so glad and so ready when some fine, young, light-skinned, thick girl comes along, joins the cast, and steals Lemon Pepper away from Scotty. And I say light skin because Lemon Pepper likes him a light skin. We've noticed. Every girl that he's dated has pretty much been light skinned. So before anybody tries to run with, oh, you only think light skinned women are pretty, kick rocks with no socks. Okay? But yeah. Because Scotty's just way too comfortable for me. She is. And I can't wait until next week. Did y'all see the end of this week's episode? When Lex tore that ass up? Y'all see why I love me some Big Lex? She's always doing the Lord's work for us. Thank you, Lex. Even though y'all don't like her. Y'all don't like her for whatever reason. I love me some Big Lex. Big Lex always does what I think needs to be done. Big Lex always does what the other girls won't do, in my opinion. But yeah, I want some fine young little thing to come along and be Lemon Pepper's main piece. And let's watch Scotty spiral. Now, while we have drama going down on one Sprinter van between Summer and the new girls, on the other Sprinter van, we see three of the new girls get on the other Sprinter van, but in that Sprinter is also DTB, Scotty, Ivory, and Pretty P. So we got 4 OGs plus 3 new girls in this other Sprinter van. Now, one of the new girls' name is Tavi. I don't know how you say her name. Tavi. She's introducing herself to everyone. Hey, I'm Tavi. Da, da, da. And DTB says, aren't you the bitch that said we were all entitled? Because apparently Tavi, whatever, said that the OGs were entitled. And Tavi says, yeah, that was me. I said it. And she tells DTB, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't try nothing with me right now. Like, I'm just meeting y'all. We just getting here. Don't do that. Don't start with me. Now, whose side are you on when it comes down to DTB versus Tavi? Now then, if you notice, when DTB and Tavi are going back and forth and they're arguing and they're fighting, Ivory has the nerve to say, wait, Tavi, wait. There's a time and there's a place. There's a time and a place for that. What? I know, Ivory. I know you're not trying to tell somebody there's a time and a place to argue and fight. Now, listen, I know Ivory may have had good intentions, but wrong messenger, sis, because we have seen you dog walk girls in the middle of the motherfucking street. We have seen you fight girls on Sprinter vans. We've seen you do everything under the sun. Like, let's not do that, Ivory. Let's not. Like, I know you probably feeling yourself, too, because it's your second season. That check is cleared. You got that new wig. You looking good, you feeling good. I get it, but let's roll. Let's rewind it a little bit. Let's fall back. Now, speaking of the new girls, how do we feel about Russian Cream? Y'all remember who Russian Cream is? She kind of reminds me of that artist. Is her name Maya? Is it Maya? Let me make sure I'm talking about Maya. I feel like Russian Cream looks like Maya. Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. She kind of gives me like a Maya tease. Is that just me? She's a very pretty girl. I think she's very pretty. Now, something about Tiva I like. I said Tavi earlier. Tiva. I'm sorry. Is it? Y'all don't mind me. I'm bad with names. Tiva. Something about her I like. She makes me laugh. She's got a mouth like mine. You just never know what's going to come out of it. She told Diamond, the body, you sound like you have cum in your throat. That's so something I would say, okay? Bitch, get the cum out your throat. You sound like you got a little pepper in your throat, little lemon pepper in your throat. Get that cum out your throat, then come for me correct, okay? I like her. Something about Tiva I like. I feel like she's going to bring something. She's going to bring entertainment. I feel like she's gonna bring entertainment for sure. Now again, we are only in episode 2, so let me not jump the gun. But now, Diamond gets asked about Natalie. What's going on with you and Natalie? And Diamond starts venting about Natalie, about how Natalie's this and that and da 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 da. And Tiva says, "Well, why haven't you done anything in 2 or 3 seasons?" And I mean, she's got a point. I mean, and I like Diamond, but to me, Diamond's a little contrived at times. Like, sometimes I feel like she beefs with people on purpose. Because didn't you and Natalie work it out at the reunion? Y'all worked it out. You slapped her. You apologized. She forgave you, and then you moved on. But now, DTB is trying to say, oh, well, I watched the show back, and all this stuff Natalie was saying about me, and it's like, DTB, like, I really feel like she does this on purpose. Like, it was cute at first. I like Diamond at first. I still like her, and I think she's entertaining. But now I feel like she's playing the game too much. Like, I feel like she's like, what do I need to do or say to get a storyline going? Okay, I'll beef with Natalie. This will be good for the show. That's what I feel like she's doing at this point. Like, it just, the antics aren't anticing anymore. Like, I just wish Diamond would take a season to chill. Like, take a season to chill a little bit. Like, we want you to fight. We want you to be entertaining. We want you to be Diamond the Body. But everything doesn't have to be so produced and contrived with her. And I feel like she's a little contrived. Because it's just like Tiva says. Like, if you got these issues with Natalie, why ain't you been done something? We saw you at the reunion. You slapped her. Yeah, but y'all moved on. Like, what? I don't know. It's all confusing to me. If somebody cares to explain in the comments, if y'all have a different theory, let me know in the comments, okay? Now, did y'all notice when Summer was on the other Sprinter van, Summer is arguing with the girls. She's fighting with them. And she ends up picking up one of the other girls' vapes and starts hitting it. Yes. And they were disgusted, which I was kind of like, too. Like y'all know I'm a vapor. I know it's bad. People be telling me all the time, it's bad for you, Damien. No fucking shit, okay? The air that we breathe when we walk outside is bad. The food that you eat at that drive-thru is bad, okay? Like, I understand that vaping is bad, but as a vapor, I was kind of watching Summer too, like, ew, why are you don't know these three new girls that just started, they could have just sucked Lemon Pepper's dick before they got here, and now you over here sucking on a vape, Summer. And who is one of these new girls, I don't know who she is, but she seemed like she was on something. Her whole face looked like she was covered in sweat. She was talking 30 miles a minute. What is it, bitch? Come on, bitch. I'm gonna fuck you up, bitch. Bitch. Everything was bitch, bitch, bitch. I'm just like, everything. I don't know what that girl's name was. I can't remember. But she was just like, bitch, bitch, bitch. I'm just like, what? Damn, sis. Get it out. Breathe. Calm down. Wipe your face off. Get the sweat off. Whatever is going on with you. Woosah. We in Africa. Breathe, baby. Now, on the other Sprinter, when I don't know what her name. I don't know. Tiva. I can't think of what her name was. Her and DTB are still arguing on the Sprinter. And why is Scotty chiming in like, what? No. Like, obviously trying to defend DTB, but she's chiming in like she always does. Stay out of it, Scotty. This is how you get effed up. If you want to argue and fight, get in your own mess. Get in your own drama and mess. But, like, Scotty over here like, no. What? Like, you have nothing to do with this. This is why you always get fucked up, Scotty. This is why you got fucked up. You jumped in the whole Summer versus Anna situation. Then you wanted to play victim about that. Stay out of it. Did y'all notice Scotty in the back of the bus trying to put her 2 cents in and like, stick with what you do best, Scotty, and we know what that is. Now, did y'all also notice how Natalie, like, she stole Summer's little thing? Okay, but we all know Natalie likes to she gets inspired very easily. Stunna Girl came on the scene with the big crazy hair. Natalie wears the big crazy hair now. Now, one of the things I noticed that Natalie did this episode was in her confessional, she said, clock it. And we all know where that came from. Summer. And I'm like, Natalie, can you be a little more original? Just a little bit. You know, she loves to copy the girls. But I'm going to give Natalie credit, too, because they love to copy her, too. Because how many girls do we see come on the scene talking about, I run this, I run that, I'm going to run the house. They all got that from Natalie Nunn. Natalie, you're an original. You don't need to duplicate these other girls. You don't need to copy what these other girls say and do. You are one of the blueprints of this reality TV shit. I wouldn't be repeating nothing that these girls said. I wouldn't be trying to look like them. Nothing. You are Natalie for a reason. Be Natalie. It's okay to have inspiration. It's okay to be inspired, but I do feel like Natalie does kind of swagger jack sometimes. I do feel like she, kind of tries to steal people's swag. Tommy's another one. Natalie likes to copy Tommy's little, the little lip thing Tommy does. We know Natalie's, she likes to copy that as well. Now, speaking of Natalie, her and Rolly arrived to the Baddies' house in Cape Town, Africa. Okay, that's the first city that they're going to be in, Cape Town. I've always wanted to visit there. Heard it's beautiful. Um, so they get to the house. This is obviously one of the nicest houses they've ever had in Baddies history. It's, well, I don't know. The Baddies Gone Wild house is probably the best house I've ever seen on Baddies. But this one is nice too. The one that the girls on Baddies Africa are staying in, it's very nice as well. Now, the girls are slowly arriving to the house, right? Everybody is slowly arriving to the house. But the trios, the new trio and the old trio, I'm talking about Summer, Dolly, and Big Lex, and then the new girls, the new trio, Cold Killer, Fauna, and I forget the other girl's name. They can't help but thinking about what just went down on the Sprinter van. They aren't really focused on the fact that they're in Africa, because here's the thing. When Natalie and Rolly get to the house, they've got these African dancers there who are there to welcome the girls, right? These African dancers are going to like put on a performance to welcome all the girls to the Baddies' house. But these two trios, these two sets of trios, they aren't really studying it right now. They want to fight. So all the girls are there. The African dancers are there. They're all in the backyard by the pool. And we see Fauna run up on Summer because... I'm sorry, she doesn't run up on Summer. Dolly and Big Lex, they're watching the African dancers. They're distracted by what's going on. They're dancing. They're having a good time. But behind them, Fauna and the new girls are coming in. Now, Summer catches what's going on. Summer wasn't distracted. Summer had her head on a swivel, and she realized that, oh, shit, here they come. So Summer runs up on Fauna, and they start squabbling. Squabble, squabble, squabble. Whole time pandemonium is going on. These African dancers are just, they're still performing, right? They're still performing. Meanwhile, the baddies are fighting, and they're still doing their little dance like nothing is going on, okay? Now, more girls arrive. More of the girls end up arriving. Everybody is still outside. There's dancing going on. There's some fighting going on. But we see Pretty P go up to Natalie, and Pretty P lets Natalie know about her watch and her purse and how her stuff was stolen. So Natalie goes to address the big three, Big Lex, Summer, and Bad Dolly. And Natalie's like, what's up? I heard Pretty P's watch got stolen. Y'all need to give her watch back. So around that time, Summer starts taking the watch off. She is wearing Pretty P's Rolex on her hand. So Natalie says you need to give it back. She's taking the watch off. And you can tell Pretty P is like laser focused in on Summer. She's got her target locked in, and she's ready to beat her down. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't blame her. If there's one thing I can't fucking stand, it's a motherfucking thief, bitch. Don't steal from me. Yeah, if you want to go to the self-checkouts at Walmart or the Dollar Generals and go, and you want to accidentally not scan something and steal from these big corporations, go right ahead. I'm not condoning that. But hey, that's not the kind of thievery I'm talking about. I'm talking about the type of bitches that will take your bag when you ain't looking and steal from you. Them type of bitches. I don't like it one fucking bit. Because my thing is, if you will do that, I don't put nothing past you. If you will personally steal from me, go in my wallet, go in my pocket, go in my bag, go in my home, and steal from me, I ain't got shit for you. Okay? And I understand why Pretty P is so upset in this moment, because Summer violated her big time by stealing her belongings. I'm Team Pretty P on this. I can't stand a thieving ass bitch. And Summer, as the episodes continue to go on, you just continue to show how grimy you are. And I was such a fan of yours, Summer. I was such a fan of hers. But I had to fall back. Now, Summer throws Pretty P's Rolex into a pond. There's a pond outside in the backyard at the house that they're staying in. She takes the watch off. Now, she throws it in the pond after Pretty P beats her ass. You should have got your watch back first, P. But P was so pissed. I love me some Pretty P. Can we just make this is a Pretty P appreciation video? I love me some Pretty P. She's not thirsty. She's not desperate. She's not trying to be anybody else that she's not. She'll beat your ass if she has to. You know, she's not doing the most. She's not going to bully you just to bully you. I love me some Pretty P. And I'm so glad they brought her back. I feel like she's very underrated. Very underrated. But she goes and she beats the hell out of Summer. So much so that Summer's mouth is leaking. Okay, Summer's mouth is dripping with blood. And again, I can't say I don't blame Pretty P. I would have saw red too, and I would have wanted to beat somebody's ass too that stole my expensive watch. Now, it's after Pretty P beats Summer's ass that Summer takes the watch off and throws it in the pond. And of course, Summer does that because she's so angry and upset that she just got her ass beat. What else can she do? She can't beat Pretty P's ass. We all know Summer can't fight. Dolly even said that. After Pretty P beats Summer, or no, while Pretty P is beating Summer's ass, Dolly says, we all know Summer can't fight, y'all. Now, we know that Summer can't fight. Now my thing is, Natalie says, well, we'll get into that in a minute. Natalie says she tells Pretty P that she's going to get her a new watch, as she should. I think that was actually a nice gesture. I think that was the right thing to do, because there should be like a number one rule here. We don't fuck with other people's belongings. Leave everybody's stuff alone. If y'all want to fight from sun up to sundown, go right ahead. Now, while all this is taking place, while all this is going on, DTB is nowhere to be found. Until now, DTB walks in and Natalie confronts her right away and says, oh, Diamond, you're here. And you've been talking a lot of shit on the internet and doing a lot of clout chasing. Now, Diamond tells Natalie that she watched the season back and she got upset. Even though her and Natalie made up at the reunion, she says that she watched the season back and she got pissed off all over again. But my thing is, Diamond, the reunion is filmed at the end of the season. Were you not watching the season when we were? Were you not watching the season as it aired? Or did you decide to watch the season after you guys filmed the reunion, right before you go into filming Baddies Africa? That's when you decided to watch. That's why I think it's contrived. That's why I think Diamond is like making this beef up almost to have a reason to fight with Natalie, because she really doesn't have anything else going on as far as beefs with other girls. Diamond's pretty much on a good page with everyone else. So if she goes into Baddies Africa with no beefs, who is she going to fight? She's going to fade into the background like Tasiki did in the last few seasons, like Tinkerbella did last season. You know, they didn't really have a lot of beefs going on, so they kind of fade into the background. So I feel like this beef with Natalie is just, it's intentional, it's made up, it's stupid. But anyway, DTB wants to fight Natalie. And Natalie's like, I'm not giving you any more clout. I'm not fighting you. And then we see Tiva, whatever her name is. She speaks up, the new girl, and she says, I want to fight you. She says, you owe me a fade anyway, so let me fight you. Now, DTB takes this as she's kissing Natalie's ass. She's looking at it like, oh, these new girls want to show out in front of Natalie. They want to fight for Natalie. DTB is calling them Natalie's chinions. Which I have noticed that, and I've told y'all before, when these girls are new on Baddies, they do kind of kiss Natalie's ass. They do kind of kiss the ring. They're trying to like feel the territory out. What can we do? What can we not do? What can we say around Natalie? What can we not say? Let me try to prove my loyalty to Natalie by kissing up to her. And it works for a little bit, but then Natalie throws you to the curb like she does the rest of them. Um, Now, DTB and Tevi are fighting, right? They're going back and forth. They're scrapping, but that's not where the action is. The action takes place when DTB and Tevi are fighting. Scotty Tuthati is sitting there with her Chanel bag, and she's just in awe watching DTB and Tavi fight, right? She's sitting there like, keep your head on a swivel, Scotty. Keep your head on a swivel. Because out of nowhere, Big Lex runs up. Wah, 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 wah. I mean, she tags the fuck out of Scotty's head, and I was living for it. That's my MVP of the week, okay? Big Lex was my MVP of the week because she did Scotty's head in. And security, Big Lex got about 5-6 seconds in before security jumped in to be Captain Save-A-Ho. But baby, Lex ate that ass up, and I cackled, I screamed, and I hollered. All right? I loved every minute, and to be honest, Scotty deserved every one of those blows because Scotty's been really ballsy lately, especially in the last season or two, jumping people, chiming into shit she ain't got nothing to do with. Like, Scotty's been doing a lot, and I think it's time for her to clock in. It's time for her to get that ass whooped a little bit. You know, show us what you can do, Scotty. You've been comfortable coasting every season. That's what Natalie was talking about when she said she's tired of these entitled-ass girls coming in here, sitting back, doing nothing, thinking that sleeping with the boss is going to get you where you need to be, allegedly. So Big Lex is like, I'm going to make Scotty work this season. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. I loved it. What did y'all feel about that? How did y'all feel about Big Lex running up on Scotty? Are y'all against that? Are y'all glad that Big Lex did it? Now, some people are going to give Big Lex hell and say, oh, she snuck Scotty. That was wrong. Blase, blase, blah. These girls be sneaking and jumping, and Big Lex already told y'all she's not following the rules this season. Remember? She said last season the rules were no jumping, no sneaking and all that, yet everybody was jumping and sneaking. This season she said she's not following the rules, so she runs up on Scotty and she clocks that ass. And I was here for every bit of it. Now, next week, Big Lex versus Scotty continues, and I cannot wait to see how that plays out. And by the looks of it, it looks like Scotty was spiraling. Scotty was spiraling, and she somehow always finds a way to bring it back to Natalie. If y'all notice, when Scotty gets in fights, she's always like blaming Natalie for something, or you know, well, Natalie, Natalie, you should have been there. Natalie, we see in the sneak peek for next week after Big Lex whoops Scotty's ass, she's yelling at Natalie for something. So I'm like, what has Natalie done this time to piss her off? Now, also next week, we see, in my opinion, the worst. I don't know. Y'all clock me if I'm wrong on this, but I feel like next week, Ivory versus Summer is probably the worst beatdown I have seen in Baddies history. And when I say worst, I mean like the most violent. I think next week's fight between Ivory and Summer was probably like the best. Like, my mind was blown. Did y'all see that sneak peek? Ivory had Summer on the floor and did like 5 blows to her head. And they landed, baby. They landed. I was pausing it on each blow. Whoosh, whoosh, boom, boom. And all you could see was Summer's face going, baby. That was one of the worst beatdowns in Baddies history, all 7 seasons. Comment below if you think I'm wrong. Ivory fucked Summer up, and I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't think I've ever seen someone get an ass whooping the way that Ivory did. And that was just a short clip. Can you imagine the full-length video? Can y'all imagine the full scene next week? And I ain't gonna lie, Summer, you had it coming. You had it coming. We even see Ivory say, Summer, I'm so tired of your shit. They are fed up with you, Summer. I feel like you've gotten away with a lot. You've ran your mouth a lot. You've said a lot of horrible things about people's deceased parents. Let's not forget the Emmett Till thing that you said, which was almost glorifying what happened to him. The fact that you said someone's face looked like Emmett Till, you glorified and basked in that man's trauma and pain and what he went through. And then all the other things that what you did last season to Slim when it had nothing to do with you, running up on Slim after she had just got attacked by Rolly. Now, I know Summer didn't know last season that Rolly had just attacked Slim, so she claims. However, Summer, you also talk, even though I had found Summer so entertaining last season and she was my favorite, you also talked a lot of Cash Money shit, Summer. And when you talk a lot of shit like that, you got to be able to back it up. And unfortunately, Summer's just not that great of a fighter. So I knew when I saw Ivory saying, Summer, come here, I need that. I knew it was about to be ugly. Baby, Ivory turned Summer into Winter just like that. Just like that. Now, my thing is, where was the big three then? Because Dolly and Big Lex, y'all love to be, y'all love to come in and try to save your friend. But y'all was nowhere to be found. All we could hear Dolly saying was, keep your head up, Summer, keep your head up. I'm just saying. Now, next week, the new girls are also clocking in. If you've watched the show and you're a fan of Baddies, you already know to make it on this show and make it to the end, you got to get in fights. You got to start drama. You've got to speak your mind. You've got to interject. You've got to sneak hoes, jump people. That's the only way you'll stay. If you want to sit back and look pretty and drink mimosas and smoke blunts all day, get ready to pack it up and go home. They don't need you there. Don't be a Jazz from last season. I love Jazz. I think she's a cute girl. I ain't got no shade towards Jazz. But Jazz played her cards wrong because she just beefed with Summer the whole time. And that didn't really get her anywhere, in my opinion. Anyway, leave me your thoughts and opinions on episode 2. I would love to hear what you guys thought about this episode. We're fresh into the season of Baddies Africa, so it's not too late for you to get started and join us each and every week for the official Baddies Africa after show, okay? So go ahead, click that subscribe button below, press the thumbs up button, and like this video. Get in the comment section or join the conversation. And if you want to donate to your boy, in the description box below will be some ways that you can donate, all right? Listen, I thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the Baddies Gone Wild after show, only on the Damien After Dark channel. Episode 2 for that will be released this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. I just want to say this before we get off. I will be going out of town this Saturday, okay? And I will be gone for about 9 days. So, recaps may be late, okay? After shows may be late. Just wanted to put that out there because I will be gone for a while. I'm going to see my man this weekend, and then next Thursday I'm going on vacation with my family to the beach. So I don't know when episode 3 will be uploaded, but I promise I got you, okay? Love you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, subscribe, like this video, comment, and you can donate in the description box below. I appreciate all your love and support, and we'll see you next time on Damien After Dark. Bye, everybody.